You may have heard there's a big vote this summer, the EU referendum. The British electorate will be asked whether to remain or leave the 28-nation bloc. For those not initiated with the minutiae of Brussels or British politics, don't worry, we've got you covered. Let's start. Well, at the beginning, why do we have the historical ballot in the first place? Conservative leader and British Prime Minister David Cameron first promised the in-out referendum on the UK's membership of the EU in 2013. At the time, Cameron's party was in a coalition government with the Liberal Democrats until the next election. Cameron's decision to make the referendum pledge came after considerable pressure from Eurosceptic MPs in his own party and the growing popularity of UKIP. You may have heard of them. Their leader is Nigel Farage. Anyway, a few years later, Cameron secures a surprise slim majority at the 2015 general election, and the Prime Minister, now free of Liberal Democrat influence, is able to call an EU referendum. But before the Conservative leader declares a date for the vote, he holds a renegotiation with Brussels. He also tells his ministers that they cannot campaign for a Brexit until the deal with the EU is sealed. The Prime Minister outlines 4 key objectives for a new settlement between the UK and the EU, including economic governance, competitiveness, immigration and sovereignty. A draft settlement was tabled by the President of the European Council, Donald Tusk, in early February. EU leaders eventually backed the agreement after some changes, and on 19th of February, the settlement was finalised. The next morning, Cameron held a special cabinet meeting at number 10. It was first time since the Falklands War in the 1980s that a cabinet got together on a Saturday. The Prime Minister left the meeting to address the waiting press, where he announced his support for a Remain vote and revealed that the referendum would be held on the 23rd of June, aka the second day of Glastonbury Festival. The speech was the official firing gun of the referendum campaign and triggered the suspension of ministerial collective responsibility over the EU.